Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I'd like to continue with part 2 of my Kazakhstan ration, and let's have a look at the lunch and dinner. Welcome back to my part 2 of my Kazakhstan 24-hour ration, and I have here out on the tray all ready to go is the lunch component of that ration. Now I've had my translate working again, and I've discovered there is a tin of beef, just simply beef, and over here this translate says beef stew, so a lot of beef. Now it came with a pack of crackers, and my last pack of crackers is exactly the same, and this feels like it is heavily crushed. So rather than open the new one, I'm going to use the remains of my last pack of crushed crackers, try saying that after a few beers. And I'm going to start off again with the only drinks in these packs, another tea. So this is the same as the tea in the last pack, in the in the breakfast. And very tough packaging, just taking a little bit of opening there. And as before, a standard tea bag. And it does come again with 3 sugars, but about half of one of these is ample for myself. Put to one side. And we'll just top up that tea about 3/4 full, and we'll leave it to do its usual thing. Now we'll have a look at the just beef first. It's very hot. I have pre-boiled these. Oh, struggling with the heat there. And we'll open the, oh, very hot, very hot. It looks like I've got the tins the wrong way around, and I'm struggling to open this. It is so hot. Wipe my hands there. So it does actually look like this one is the beef, this one is the beef stew. So as the name suggests, the beef looks just like a huge piece of meat. Let's just bring that out. Huge piece of beef meat there, and the stew again has pieces of beef in there, so it's beef all round. And we'll just empty out some more of these very broken, very poor condition crackers. Put those to one side. So very simple again for the lunch, just a couple of meat dishes and some crackers. So we'll have another drink of this tea. It's a very nice tea, very nice, easy to drink, breakfast style tea. And I'm going to have a look at the stew. Now there's a lot of gravy there, smell of cabbage, pickled cabbage perhaps, a sort of sauerkraut smell. There is a piece of beef, there is some cabbage, and there's a gravy. Let's have a piece all together. There is a slight pickled taste to the vegetables. I don't know if they're meant to be, but it's like a pickled cabbage in there. There's certainly onion, large chunks of beef. Tender beef breaks apart in your mouth. Nice filling portion, and we'll have a look at the just beef. Again, very soft, cuts nice and easily. Nice big chunks of meat there. Huge piece of beef. Let's have a try of that on its own. Very soft. Very fibrous. It's extremely soft, but also fibrous. The meat falls apart in your mouth like a pulled pork, but obviously it's a beef. Very filling, very comforting. Have a try of the beef and the stew. Oh, it's large pieces of beef in the stew. Personally, I'm not a fan of the pickled cabbage, sauerkraut background flavour of the stew. I think it would be much better if it was just a simplistic vegetables in beef, but that's a personal view. I know many would actually find that very tasty, very enjoyable. The beef, as I said, very filling, extra chunks of meat, a lot of fat in the tin. I'm not going to use any of that, but the meat itself is certainly a filling addition. Once again, have a look at the crackers, a little bit there on the stew. Just adds a bulking agent, no extra flavour as such. It's a simple wheat cracker, but very light, very crumbly. So, very large piece of beef there. I'm going to leave lunch here. Very simplistic lunch. Nice black tea, English breakfast style tea. Very nice quality, very good to drink. A beef and vegetable stew. There is large chunks of meat in there. For me, again, not my favourite because of the pickled nature of the cabbage and the vegetables in there, or the taste of pickling. It tastes like pickled sauerkraut in gravy with beef. Personally, I think it would have been better just with plain vegetables, but it is a very filling, very nourishing, meaty stew. A huge tin of beef steak there, soft, tender, easy to eat, nicely seasoned, a really great bulking agent to any other dish. And the crackers, very light, simplistic wheat crackers, good bulking agent, goes with all ingredients, no problem. So I'm going to leave it there and welcome you back to what is labelled the dinner. Bye for now. And welcome back one more time to this dinner portion of the Kazakhstan ration. Now, the dinner portion did again come with an apple butter or jam and a pack of biscuits, which I still have left over from the breakfast and the lunch, so rather than open the new, I shall continue to use the open packets. It also came with another of the teas, which I still have some left here from my lunch, and I shall save making that up as well, exactly the same. And also I won't need to open the sugars because my tea is already sugared. So with that in mind, the evening meal is buckwheat porridge with beef. So beef yet again. The amount of beef is starting to feel a little bit repetitive, but we shall have a look at the buckwheat porridge with beef. Again, pre-warmed it, nice and hot. Ooh. And I'll bring in the spoon. Now it does look very similar, just larger larger groats or buckwheat portions than the millet porridge we had for breakfast. So a very similar dish again, very dry, very simplistic. Personally, I think that huge chunk of beef would have gone better with this dry meal. And again, I'll empty out some more of these extremely broken crackers. They really did not fare well at all, but they are very tasty crackers. So just before I start, quick drink of the excellent tea. The tea is very nice in these rations. Still very nice, even though it's now maturing a little. Getting my tongues tied there. And we'll have a look at this buckwheat porridge with beef. Can't hold that too long, it's still very hot. So very similar to the breakfast, just larger looking pieces. Have a taste. Very dry, very needy of some moisture. I think this would have been good with the lunchtime beef, because we could have poured some of that juice, some of that melted fat into there to moisten it. On its own, it's extremely dry. Very much breakfast all over again. It's salted, peppered, but very little other flavour apart from very basic buckwheat and minced beef, ground beef. Very simplistic, very drying. The crackers, I should put them in separately. Just bulks it out, but again does nothing to the flavour. To be honest, it looks like a kasha, but it's a very poor version of. Very dry, very uninspiring. The apple butter, I think, is the saviour of these rations. On the crackers, as always, very nice, very sweet, great tasting dessert, and as always, very welcome. A very dry mouth. I'm having difficulty swallowing because of the dryness of the contents. So that is the very simple dinner portion of this Kazakhstan 24-hour ration. Overall summary, I'm going to say it's not one of my favourites. The repetition of beef became very monotonous. The evening meal was almost identical to the breakfast. The lunch was very oily and pickled in flavour. Would do the job, would sustain you 24 hours, I have no doubt, but I would imagine 2 or 3 days of this and the soldiers would be very tired of this kind of menu. But very interesting and very enjoyable to try. So I'm going to leave it there, let you make your own mind whether you would like the Kazakhstan 24-hour ration. And thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye.